Every person is a genius. Now, when we talk about the word genius and how we define it, a lot of people will look at something like, say, an engineer that built a skyscraper. So they look at it like, look at this huge skyscraper that this engineer designed and built. Like, that's crazy. How does someone even do that? That person's a genius. But it's subjective because who's to say that that's even the point or like the goal? Like, who's to say that pouring cement and building a huge skyscraper is like the point of what we should be doing? Who's to say that the point isn't growing fruits and vegetables and just being self-sustaining and everyone being healthy? Like who's to say that that's like the smart thing to go do or like the use of our time that's valid? And so if you look at anyone's circumstance from their shoes, from their perspective, you can kind of see the genius in it. So, say there's a girl from a small town and a broken family, rough childhood, drops out of high school or something, but maybe she's very attractive. She goes into stripping at one of the strip clubs in her town and makes a bunch of money at it. Maybe after a few years, she goes to LA or New York and gets with a bigger strip club and makes a lot of money doing that. Now, you can say, well, that's not the life someone should live, and you can make your judgment on her choice to do that. But given the circumstance of what I described, a girl, broken family, small town, rough childhood, rough upbringing, maybe she has abusive boyfriends, not a lot of opportunity in that small town. Like, what's she gonna do? Be a doctor? Like, be a teacher? I mean, not everyone is gonna do everyone else's thing. Not everyone's gonna live everyone else's path. So, like, who's to say that, if you have to survive and eat food with this system that places money in front of us that we have to use and that we're constantly under the control of, who's to say that that's not genius for her to say, like, oh, I'm physically attractive, I'm going to use this to pay my bills and eat food and pay rent? Like, who's to say that that's not genius? It's how you look at it. It's from the person's perspective. If you look at it from their perspective, you can kind of see the genius in it. And that, because there's no, like, people have this like this set definition. Like I was talking about with the skyscrapers, like, oh, well, this person went to school and got a master's and then got a PhD and then did this, therefore they're a genius. But school is a man-made creation. School is something that isn't even there. It's not real. It's make believe. It's just created. It's an institution that's created by humans. So, like, it's not necessarily just like, oh, they got this degree, therefore that's genius because they did this. I mean, it's all relative. Like, what if someone gets a degree and makes a bunch of money at the exploitation of other people's money or other people's lives? So, like, there's two sides to every coin. It's like with music, for example, someone looks at a celebrity like, oh, Kanye West's music is genius, or like his production is genius. It's like, you're just saying that because the media told you about the guy. I guarantee you there's people from your high school and your college that produce music, but you're not even thinking about it because, oh, I just went to school with them. It just, the media told you about it and it grew a following, so you just go, oh, followers, so that's genius. But everyone is.